In a second, we will be live with the new head coach of the Avila women's soccer program, Katie LaForge. Katie played professionally all around the world for 6 seasons after playing for Marquette University. Hi Katie, I just wanted to ask you a few questions regarding how you have begun to lead the program in a positive direction. The first question I have for you is, out of the players that you have recruited for the upcoming season, what characteristics do they hold that allows them to mesh with the current players and atmosphere?
As I have gotten deeper and deeper into the recruiting, I have now started to understand what I am after. There are tons of talented female soccer players, especially in the Kansas City area, but I have to spend 4 years and a lot of hours in those 4 years with these recruits. So in my mind, I need to find players that have the right mentality. If they are playing club soccer in Kansas City, they are likely at a good enough level and are going to fit in with the soccer side of things. But now we got to make sure that they are of the right and the same mentality as the team that we have. So that is, for me, work ethic and determination, even through adversity, respectful of the game, the coaches, their teammates, the referees. And those are some of the things that maybe other coaches don't necessarily look at when they're recruiting. But for me, in this team and at Avila and the way that I want this team to function, the personality of the player and how they handle things on and off the field with their family, with school, with their teammates, that's extremely important to me. And that's the kind of culture that I'm going to make sure is instilled in all the players, no matter if they were here before me or not.
What kind of approach will you have towards conflicts within the team on and off the field compared to previous teams that you have coached?
The difference when taking over a team that has already been through a different coaching staff and been through different experiences is that you don't want to dwell on the past, but you also have to be aware of what was taking place before. So for me, there needs to be a firmer grasp on the pulse of the team, how everyone's getting along, so that we can make sure everything that's happening off the field is parallel to what our goals and what we're setting to do on the field. So resolution of conflict, again, really goes up the chain, captains, and then to the coaching staff.
Seeing as you were a team captain yourself, how will you create the atmosphere to allow for a captain to facilitate team norming?
Allowing the captains to really take over the job of team norming is a huge step to take for a team, and it kind of is one that will either tip the scales in your favor or not in your favor. I think that the leadership comes from the top. So I as the head coach would establish a certain norm and a certain level of what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. So I want to give the license to my captain to really take on the endeavor of creating and maintaining the culture. So really the captain in my mind is someone who is the liaison, the connection between the coaching staff and the team.
What steps will you take to ensure that your athletes reach their peak performance in games?
It is my responsibility as the head coach and for my staff to prepare them mentally, physically, and emotionally. So mentally, to practice and cover all information needed to participate fully in the game and in each position. So that might change from a defender's perspective to a midfielder's to a forward's. So just to cover all those things. And again, to keep the goals simple and clear for everyone. And then to physically prepare them, make sure that the day before the game they are hydrated, they have slept a good amount, and our practice has ample recovery, provide them with food and snacks.
What kind of activities will you have to maintain team cohesion as the spring continues and going into the fall competition season?
The ways we will try to get the team to bond will include team community service and some fun activities outside of practice and games. Team community service would include us getting together in groups or in small groups to interact with special needs children. Still in a soccer environment, but something that the players can just enjoy and share their love of the game and joy of the game with some young kids. And the social aspect of it would include potentially a team meal to conclude the spring season, kind of a reward for their diligence and dedication to the spring, because it is a tough time when we don't have any true competitions. So it's really just a preparation period for the fall.
What do you usually do to keep your team motivated for the game?
In the past, I have used motivational quotes in the locker room or sent to the group in our group chats. It really depends on the group that you have, but I have found that works on the female side of things. And having their uniforms hanging and ready in the locker room when they come in gives them a sense of like, okay, this is our time to really perform, and coach and the staff is ready for us to do our thing, and they have got the uniforms ready, we've got the warm-up ready, we've got all that we need to perform well.
Thank you for taking the time to chat with us, and good luck next season.